Concept 18 is dividing polynomials. So let's set up our division for number 14. All right, so the first term goes here, and we need to multiply 3x by 2x cubed to get 6x to the fourth. This times this is negative 2x cubed. And we want 7x cubed, so this needs to be a 9. Combined with this gives you 7. 3x times 3x squared gives you that. This is negative 3x squared. We don't have any squared terms in our polynomial, so I want to balance that out with the positive 3x squared, so that's going to add up to 0. This is we already have 3, so we just need to have one more x. And then that's negative x, but we want 2x, so we need to add 3x to that. 3x times 1, and this times this is negative 1. Now we can see now that we have a remainder. We wanted negative 2, but we got negative 1 here. So we have the polynomial 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus x plus 1. And we have a remainder here. To figure out what the remainder is, you could think of it as, well, what number would I have to add to negative 1 to get negative 2? So in order to get a negative 2, I would have to add another negative 1. So that is the remainder, negative 1 over 3x minus 1. All right, in number 15, we're going to use the graph that's given to us to figure out the factorization of this polynomial. We know that 1, 0 is a root. That means that x minus 1 has to be one of the factors of this polynomial. So in order to find the other factors, we need to divide this polynomial by x minus 1. So let's do our division first. Okay, so here we need to multiply by 10x squared. And then we want a negative 7x squared, so this is a positive 3x squared. This will be 3x. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. We need to add that to negative 1. This is negative 1, and then we have 1. So this polynomial now needs to be factored in order to find the other factors of the original polynomial. So let's go ahead and see if we can factor this. Let's start using our x. This is negative 10, and this is positive 3. So 5 times negative 2 would multiply to that and add up to this. Now remember, when you have a coefficient here in front of the x squared that is not a 1, we can't say that this is the factorization. This is not correct. Instead, let's use our factoring by grouping. So 10x squared, these two will replace the 3x, so positive 5x minus 2x. The negative 1 comes down. Factoring by grouping, the GCF here is 5x, and then times 2x plus 1. The GCF here is negative 1, and then times 2x plus 1. So we can now see here that the factorization is 5x minus 1 times 2x plus 1. So I'm going to write that here. Now our polynomial is completely factored. The degree of the polynomial is the highest exponent. So here the degree is 3, which is why we had 3 factors. And to find the roots, let's use the zero product property. So the roots of a polynomial are when y is equal to 0. So either x minus 1 equals 0, 5x minus 1 equals 0, or 2x plus 1 equals 0. The first one was already given to us, so we know x equals 1 is a root. Here, x equals 1/5 is another root. And lastly, x equals negative 1/2 is a root.